Last time on NieR Replicant, Brother NieR Edition. Oh no, don't do it again, Kaine! Put a brace on the door or something. Are you gonna slap him again? Oof! Whoa! I get the distinct impression she has anger issues.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, that was a cocktail of emotion. You felt bad for him, then you got angry, then you're upset that he's upset, then you kicked his butt, and then you were about to hit him again, but then you felt sorry for him, and you didn't want to hurt him after you just kicked him in the gut and pinned him to a wall. Kaine, what the fuck? Are you like on... What the fuck? She's like... Jesus. If we can't do it with this save file, we'll have to be able to do it in C or something. It really depends. There's no way they're gonna permanently lock us out of doing the quest. What a babe. She's so coarse. I like it. She's so raw and uncensored. It's refreshing. She's human.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past.
What?
Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway.
Projection is a bitch. Wait, so we continue on from here? That's way past halfway point. Hey, why'd you skip that? Kaine's durance, discrimination. Oh no. The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. Oh no! A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly toward the wooden, hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived the shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched as the vein slowly creaked to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with the beak pointing firmly toward the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yoo-hoo, Kaine! The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seemingly indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. "What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home?" Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to this sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. "I didn't say you could leave, freak." Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. "He can't hurt me," she lied to herself. "Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt..." Oh look, the little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Kaine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from a world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. "Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off." Kaine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face and with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. "Show me." "No." "Did you just say no?" Demo grinned evilly. "You don't say no to me. No one says no to me." Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. "Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves." As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. "I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are." Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future it had chosen for her. Go home? Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. "Freak," chanted the children. "Freak, freak, freak." Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Dio sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves, as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no survivor emerged, there began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was ramped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. "Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I'll do far worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted it back and forth. "Ooh!" he screamed, leaping to his feet. "Stop it! What are you doing?" "Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch." "You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me." The old woman shrugged. "Death is the best cure for stupid." Demo's face twisted with rage at her words. Locking his eyes on Kaine, he took a step backward and spat on the ground. "Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here. Either of you." Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. "Ha! Look at that fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight." The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting at the blood on her forehead. "Oh, Kaine," she said, "why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot." The words of her grandmother stung Kaine, and she turned away. "Don't be nice to me," she said. "I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore." Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. "Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead." As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. "Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand?" The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. "You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know it because you survived it." As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. "Do I make you sick, Grandma?" "Course not. Don't be an ass." Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. "But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't..." "Hush," interrupted Grandma. "I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, they can just go to hell." With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. "Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, you made this for me?" Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath, and as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these?" "Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping." The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. "Didn't quite turn out right," said her grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. You're gonna be fine, you and me. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began the long walk home, Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Kaine let her gaze drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Little kids are dicks and cowards. You had the main bully, and then you had the little cowards in the herd that were just following what the other kids were doing, being scared that they wouldn't be the odd ones out. It's pure cowardice. And that big kid is probably more cowardly than the rest, because he only feels empowered to do this while in a herd. He can't do it by himself. And the long-term effects that this sort of behavior has on the victim is unbelievable. That is, if they survive the adolescent years without killing themselves. I blame the parents, encouraging the behavior, turning a blind eye to it. Suddenly I don't feel so bad for the whole village being destroyed. Hell, it should have been slower. They should have been roasted alive. Or starved to death. Or slowly deprived of oxygen. I don't know, I could go on. Or maybe just collapse the bridge and let the villagers slowly starve and eat each other. Let's see how the pack mentality works in that scenario. I'm sure they'll all go for the fat villagers first. Kids are cruel. And then they wonder why kids grow up angry and upset and don't want to adjust to the world or conform. They create a dangerous environment, they create little monsters, and then they scurry in fear going, oh my god, these people are so bad. Why are they so hateful? I don't know, maybe because you picked on them while they were growing up and now they have nothing to lose. Maybe now they're just filled with anger and want to get equal. Oh, but you've changed? Well, that doesn't really matter. Oh, you don't think that's fair? Well, it wasn't fair back then either, was it? Oh, you didn't think this would happen? Well, shit. Does that really matter now? In the distance, Kaine heard the steady words of an axe striking wood. The noise had purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe! Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma, called Kaine. That you, Kaine? Yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close, or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake. She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Once she'd scuttled to a safe distance, she clumped her hands around her mouth and shouted, Grandma, do you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something. The axe poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment, then smiled. Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water? Shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of those bastards. Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her grandmother to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on rocky acre of land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with the solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, long and all, across the yard. Ah, damn it! Ah, crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandmother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging and blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village, setting down her buckets with a small sigh. She took one look at the logs and coughed up a wheeze laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandma suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes wide, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Welcome back, Hachan. Please close the door. Grandma. The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Hey, Hachan.
Is everything okay?
All good.
Why are you so sad?
I'm not sad. I'm just waiting for Hachan to close the door so I can continue reading.
What?
I don't look sad. I don't feel sadness. I just feel rage and bloodlust and wrath. The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger to the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and battled Kaine away. Stop that, just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the woman's shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Why do I feel that the grandmother won't be alive when she comes back? Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I shouldn't be so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across the dark, rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade or worse, Demo and the gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shades, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance of the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on a rotund older woman who was angrily waving her arms in the air, telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Kaine's presence. Hey lady, said Kaine with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheek shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say. But Kaine saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some kind of family errand, because his gangs of followers were nowhere to be found. Oh my! Go, he spluttered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on tippy toes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally kneel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head. But before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked him out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the crammed store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there could be a place where she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, and they seemed to stare through her into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They'll let the ones closest to you live on forever. Wow, that was woof. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled. Handing her the medicine, he reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village and words travel quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Carly, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandma's name is Carly? Thought Kaine suddenly. She was filled mulling this new fact over in her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said, as Kaine scooted away yet again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless. And with enough tiny steps, she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand collapsed around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked the grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. Uh-huh. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine moved the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, I'll make you live forever. Horse shit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandmother was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed at their granddaughter's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly mishapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, then slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, she said between laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her grandmother to take the artwork down. Posh, said the old woman. I'll take this down when they roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself in Kaine's memory. A perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memories move in and out of a life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Kaine's dream, separation. Wow. Oh wow, they're giving us more. Jesus. I'll be honest, that story was pretty hard hitting. Oh boy. Oh boy. Kaine listened to the sound of cracking firewood and stared at the black object on a plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there. causing her face to twist with disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool girl. It's a berry. Why the hell will I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kaine, and I think it's burnt or something because it tastes terrible. With that, Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, all right. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment when Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, their relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. I can just imagine the swearing. Jesus. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, Kaine swears enough for the whole party, but imagine two of her. Jesus Christ. We would never stay with that MA15 plus rating. We'd go straight to R for coarse language. Oh man, that is just... Oh my god. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Oh no! These fucking songs! No! Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. Well, I was going to check out the Calibre trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, I'm going to pick up some flagstones. So I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What in the hell for? Kaine stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat could chew through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Goddamn girl, if a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other. Grandma, no. If I don't go to the Calibre trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression paced across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kaine. Lately it seemed my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. These flower petals had aged to a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're gonna be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So that means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls and more talk about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma. That's enough goddamn compliments for a day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine in a squeaking voice. Grandma, stop it. What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I didn't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kaine thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I won't have you stay here to keep an eye on an old cod girl like me. You go get your fruit and your wall and whatnot. I'll be fine. When you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. I played one Yoko Taro game and we all know where this is going. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small bent woman standing in front of a ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Sorry, I just had a brief flashback of the old lady that used to live next door that was like a grandmother to me. God damn you, Yoko Taro, you son of a bitch. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. God damn it, Yoko Taro. Really hitting a soft spot there. What's worse is, it's something you haven't thought about for like almost a decade, and it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stab you right there, you son of a bitch. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Her gaze was fixated by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead, tracing its path with a finger. Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot in on itself. Oh gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Kaine ran then, faster than she could have moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that was spilling from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her, gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt, her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, icky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on the three twisted feet and achieved balance through the means of a large armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, icky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. But then, the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement, and the horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "Alright, you bastard," she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me, let's go." The shade eyed Kaine with bemused interest, then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had so gleefully wrought. With the dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard toward the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes, as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up. Get up. Get up, get up, get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shame stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move, the claw from her stomach. But she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet only to fall back to earth with a grasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them was surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer. Her grandmother's face turned blue, her eyes rolling back until only the whiteness were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, its giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap of her right ankle as the foot twisted backwards, but she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch at her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards a young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma. Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and tumbled to the ground below. Grandma, no, no. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the flattened, shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps in the creature's toes as the terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be real. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was gone. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind, one after the other, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed then, a thunderous sound that echoed off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, and black inca poured from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppeteer. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head lolled dangerously to the side, yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the Shade. The Shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the mountain once again. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? Think it is. Think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kaine's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. 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 Kill it now. As the spark that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer. Wait, how do I have the lance?
The beast approaches.
Someone's been fucking with the timelines. Well, here we go again.
Anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Wow. We are hitting like a boss. Damn. We just snapped its neck. So are these like multiple shades fused into one? Does that mean that that monster that killed Kaine's mother was the mean kids? Because it would fit the build with the sadism. Poor thing. Kaine's dreams encounter. Oh god, I'll be honest, please don't make me read more. My throat is killing me. Oh god. Oh man, I'm drinking water, but my throat is literally starting to hurt. Yoko, Taro, please be gentle with my throat. I can only take so much at once. Gently, weakly, softly. Yes, I'm quite aware of what I just said. That was awkwardly intended. The Shade, sure that its tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off toward the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shamed beyond imagination, Kaine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Huh? Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed the rugged stump of an arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought, with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Huh, cried a sudden voice from the depths of the mine. Finally gotta die, are you? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of a childhood tormentor evaporated into smoke, only to be replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No, stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper flooded in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kaine and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kaine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to sprawl across the image, tearing at it with sharpened pincers. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture. Kaine reached out with her remaining arm and waved futilely at the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled and then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha 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 ha. I look like that? Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kaine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish, like a prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Kaine finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should have been left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Bah, oh God, you are the best. Kaine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her leg. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet, and then began moving upward toward the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upward, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not just let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I'm gonna stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. And I want to take your hands and use them to choke that goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood, just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and mingled with the pain of the encroaching black ooze. Are you a shade? Haha. Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she'd ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me that body and I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of a missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling at how she had regained her voice. Stop. The black ooze hesitated, as if considering this request, then quickly skimmered down her body before disappearing in a cloud of smoke. What the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said I can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. The whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill her before I die. Kaine glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are going to be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin inflicting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up, and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portions of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. Haha, stupid idiot girl, you're possessed now, Sunshine, and there's no going back. The voice laughed again. A loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me. We got what you might call a timeshare arrangement. Remember how folks used to think you were a real freak? Well, wait until they get a load of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, purred the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty in it for you, too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies, people you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you, that big old shade that squished your granny, well, wrap him up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kaine. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill other shades? What do you think, I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a good goddamn who you murder, honey pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as she struggled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house was drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me. We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. She screamed, the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyran, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now, get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade and I'm gonna go strangle it with my own guts. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyran. Count on it. Ha! Laughed Tyran. I have shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body, but if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away. fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside of her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in a corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though he had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it in her hair, then slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm sorry, but I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed. I'm corrupted. A freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, Kaine fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to dawn, and the people of the Eyrie arose to their daily lives, she remembered in that position, as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Grandma.
Wow,
Kaine,
chill.
you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oof. That explains why she covers her arm.
Hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you? You still recognize me? Of course. I knew you right away. Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
He's taller now. Wow.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
Wow.
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
What? Wow. And that's still more than anyone's ever done.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Shit. Shit.
Kaine waking from her long, petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain.
Wow.
That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
You sluts!
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious!
Wow, the racism hits... Wait, it's not even racism. It's discriminate... See, I had problems with this the first time round, and now I have even more problems with it because I know it contextually. And seriously, I just... Yeah, nah, this is even worse. This is even worse. Because she still saved them. She's been petrified for 5 years with no guarantee of getting out. And as soon as she gets out, it's the same shit that's been happening all her life. Come on. Come on, it's even worse now. I was upset about it without knowing that, but now I'm even more upset about it.
Please, try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
Wow, people are tired and scared even though their lives were saved. Wow, the poor fucking people. Wow. Those poor victims, how will they ever survive? Seriously, fuck off.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine? I'm used to sleeping outside.
That's not the point.
But
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
Man, if only NieR had some more balls and he just gave them an
What is the
ultimatum.
matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
Hits like a bitch. Hits like a
I
fucking
didn't get much
bitch.
sleep that night.
How could you? I would have gone out and joined
For the
them.
first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades.
The fucking irony.
Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Wow. Well, that hits like a bitch. Ouch. Oh, we get to see some.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil. But what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that?
Campfires are weird, aren't they? I feel like I could stare at the flames forever. Well, don't get all googly-eyed and catch your clothes on fire. Obviously.
Papa NieR says, I wanted to strangle Devila and Popola. I mean, personally, I would have joined the Akatsuki at this point, because the village is a bunch of dicks. What point is the village if it doesn't actually accept the people that are protecting it? What point is it? There's no point to it. Community my ass.
I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine. Yeah, me too. I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but that's just... I poured water... I fucking love that. I fucking love that.
Wait, you poured water on me?
What do you think that was gonna work?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
I polished you. It's like, wait. 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 Hey. I may have been a stone, but hey. I can't do the thing. It's like, wait, it's like. Yeah, that one. It's like, wait. I may have been a stone, but I'm still a lady. Oh god, Emil, you are such a little cinnamon bun.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know?
I still need to know how she knows Emil from before.
At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
And she wears the lunar tear. Fuck, I didn't even notice that. I'm so blind.
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing.
So he knows about that.
My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
I can just imagine Emil trying to do some like dance with flowers and stuff. It's like hi-yo waya, hi-yo waya, hi-yo waya, hi-yo waya, hi-yo waya. I mean, at that point you just fucking try everything. You found out when you first met her that she was half a shade due to Weiss's insight. But let's be real. You kinda don't think about it after 10 minutes. Plus, I was a little focused on the combat. Stalker! I got a letter from Emil. Kuma is super strong and really cool. I hope I can see him kick butt someday. Huh. What am I doing back here?
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale.
Ah, so we're back here.
Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
900 gold, because I feel like a hooker. What's this?
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
Yeah?
I've not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
Ah.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her.
I swear this wasn't in the first playthrough.
Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here. Take a look.
Oh god, I can't handle more reading. My throat's dying. Oh, thank god. It saves it. Oh, thank god, it's an autosave. Oh, thank god, my throat was
Stay
dying.
there.
Nani?
Can you not hear me?
Hmm? Wait, what? Huh?
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite
Sejiro?
exciting indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right.
Let's go.
Nani? Sejiro's jacked. And he's got an eye patch. Like Kenpachi. Nani? No. Proceeding beyond this point, you'll be unable to save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through the door? Kuma and YZ are always together. He says even though they argue a lot, they're actually good friends. This is the world of the recycled vessels, created to avoid the destruction of all. Is it just me or are the graphics slightly, you know? Wait, this is a remixed. We have yet to take any damage, by the way. Alright, whatever this first floor. Oh, we have a boss incoming. Excuse me? Yeah, medicinal. I gotta put the control in the thing. The Brack Skull, A Lost Destiny, a Weiss Book of False Truth. Nani? What the fuck is this trippy shit? I think we're tripping. Is this like Bloody Palace or something? And here, ladies and gentlemen, we have Devil May Cry. Goddamn trees, I can't see anything. I don't remember anything, but boy was I happy. What? Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness. Oh shit! Man, what are these filters? What is this, Instagram? Where is it? I'm relying on sound. Fool's Embrace. Why does this sound like a Danganronpa song? The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, delivering onto it its power of map. Ooh, Scheiße. What's the first weapon that I got? A sword created after a man, driven mad by revenge, sealed away a cursed dragon. So is this a small sword? Wow, it would actually be an upgrade. Yeah, but it goes from very light to very heavy. You don't want that. Breaking guard references everywhere, I guess. Makes sense. Bingo. I am allowed to use these for challenge mode. Whoop. I have to get around his back. They give you more heals. How many floors are there? I didn't know I was getting into this. The black sickness stains the future. They journey reserved to the soulless. What the fuck? Where am I now? Hey, I haven't been here before. Where the F am I? They're giving me a lot of heals, that's for sure. Fuck! I keep fucking this one up. No! Platforming, not my strong suit. That's where I need practice. What the? Okay, I'm gonna have to work on this. Slow and steady, Kuma. Chase! I had to do double jump thing. Oh, shit! Fucker! Oh, fuck! Motherfucker! Shit! Hello. Oh god, platforming is my arch nemesis. Kabuki outfit? Nani? Kabuki? Kabuki? Oh god! What the F is this? There's a middle door? Oh god. So I can go back now? We're not rusty at the moment, one as well. Kuma told me the bed story the other day about a husband and wife that are fighting all the time. The apocalypse divided the world into two. One that knows not day and one which has never seen the night. Wait, this one's quicker than the normal guys. What the hell's going on? What? The following actions are inhibited. Magic spew and battle. Why are you telling me that now? I mean, I might as well. Since I'm already in the mood. We don't have to go through this, but the weapons. Black and white, 13 packs. The vessel forms as the wearer crosses time and space. Where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm in this place. NANI?! Where are we going? Whoops, I should have used this one. Ooh, titanium alloy, thank you. These remixes are the shit. Now watch this video get taken down by copyright.
It seems we have been shut in.
Oh no. I'm just loving the music.
It seems we have...
Can you shoot upwards though? Yes, you can. Ooh, tight. This is good. Yes, we needed this. Nani? This is Devil and Purple's remix.
It seems we have been shut in.
I'm sorry, I'm in a Danganronpa class trial. The Song of Man has been drowned out. In its place, the scream of something inhuman. Oh, scheisse. Did these guys drop items at all? Fool's Lament. Let's see what the weapon is. That one was simpler than the first one. Full of music too. The sky falls with the dragon, the world ends this day. How many weapons are they gonna throw our way? Huh? Man, these filters. Surviving 2 stabs, what the hell? What the hell? That's a lot of armor. Jesus, these things can take a beating. These things are bosses in their own respective right. Even doing the finisher on them. Still got... Jesus. Just wait till the boss of theirs comes out. He's gonna be a fucking tough one. Oh, thank God. They gave us 5. I met a new friend, and guess what? He's a king. I wish I had some friends. Ah, poor thing. The puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Ah! What are we doing? What the fuck? Are you joking? Oh, wow. Yoko Taro. Are you joking? Wow. Yoko Taro is just having fun now. Welcome to Counter-Strike! NieR Edition, suka. He's just having fun. He's just having fun. As he should. those guys actually gonna shoot back, or do they have nothing to shoot back with? Yeah, they're just swords and shields. Poor guys. Nothing to shoot back with. Oh god, it's the ball. That was a big one. I laugh if the ball wasn't even the target, you just killed it because you're a monster. So what's the objective? Just make sure you kill everything? Or is it trying to teach us that we don't have to kill everything? Well, this was just having fun. They weren't even really attacking. And he's even got Papa NieR's shadow. I wonder why it makes you play as Papa NieR. Is that just fan service? I imagine so. Anyone that's played the original NieR samurai outfit. What? They're just throwing money at me like I'm a hooker. Oh boy, why do I feel like this will be challenging? Something sinister may be difficult. He's at least 33. Yeah. This may be difficult. Yes! Remix! So long as this memory exists, as long as mankind has hope, a bloody battle will be waged over the holy domain. Where the hell am I? Why am I on a ship? You can sleep, Fab. These must die. Are these unused maps or something? I've never been here, and you can see seafront over there. I'm just destroying my cover now. Fuck. Fine, medicinal. Ooh, he wouldn't let me move. Wait, how much damage did I do? Uh-oh. Oh boy. We don't use no magic capsules. Ooh, they gave me the big heals now. They're not giving me the little ones anymore. Foolish human, foolish human, foolish human, foolish vessel. Stop attacking me! Nani? Oh shit, my arch nemesis. Fuck, if I don't focus down one, I'm gonna have a problem. Oh yeah. I need up. Fuck me! Get me out of here! The whole purpose of these little ones is to give me heals. I mean, I'm cool with that. Can I get my HP bar so I can more strategically... Yeah, that works for me. Get me out of here. I don't want to lock onto this one. Fuckers. Oh fuck, he even gets me when I'm jumping. No. I love how they're just throwing heals at me. Stop throwing heals at me. Wow, holding R1 is better than strong potential. Kuma and Weiss are together. He even says they argue a lot. They're actually good friends. I could travel with Kuma sometime. I wish I could. All is paid. All is sacrifice. Alright, here we go. Another... Ah, crap. Jesus, here they come. Fuck! All I see is yellow health bars fucking everywhere. Oh, fucking cornered. Fuck, I'm fucking cornered by this thing. I can't move. Let me out, damn it. I have no choice but to kill this thing, otherwise I'm dead. Fucking almost killed me. You bastard. I'm in the corner. Ooh, titanium.
It seems we have been shut in.
Beyblade thing is the world's greatest thing with dealing with little guys like this. There's just so many of them. Look how it's just cutting through them. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving the heals. I'm just hoping that armor break MP cost. Oh, we're going to the boss area, aren't we? Okay, if I can get them in a directional line, I'm just able to hit them all at once. Damn, all that steel. God bless the spear. Oh my god!
It seems we have been shut in.
Boss time? Oh, these big fuckers. I mean, that does some damage. Ooh, wow, that takes him from full to 0. Let's keep using that. Surely there's a boss. Obtain the spear, fool's accord. I love how they say accord, it's almost like it's a reference to Finger. Do not bring back the light, do not bring back the vessel, do not bring back the future, do not bring it back. Alright. They're giving us a bunch of heals. There must be a boss. What's this? What the? Where'd they come from? The white space has only 3 doors, each with 5 stages, so this must be the final stage. Maybe I shouldn't have broken all the boxes that early. I think we should be okay. This guy dies to a circle. Oh no, he hasn't died. But he gets knocked down with 1. And dies to that. Cool. Man, this is OP. Lance and then circle, instant kill. And I'm guarded against damage when I do that. Man, I'm becoming efficient as hell. How did you fucking just do it right where I was? Okay, he's a tough motherfucker. Did I just get one-shotted? Did I just get one-shotted?
My word.
I just got one-shotted!
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
I love how that's just your dream. Fuck off. That ain't no dream. Wow. I see what they meant by level 33. I see what they meant by level 33. Because I don't think it's a one-shot at level 33. It's probably a one-shot until level 33. That was probably NieR from Gestalt. Bonus mode where you get extra stuff like weapons and items. Gestalt you played as young NieR in this mode. Ah. Wow, it's called 15 Nightmares due to the way it's set up. 3 doors each with 5 stages and a total of 15 challenges. I can see why that's a challenge if it one-shots you. It's got an obvious pattern, but if you get hit once, it's GG. So I think it's fair. That's fair. Wow. Wow. I tried. Can we see the costumes? Yeah, hello? No? You have to go to, I think... Yeah, you can't do it here. I think you have to go to the main menu for costumes. Other, return to title screen. We can check out the costumes. Let's check it out. Wardrobe. Adult. Kabuki Samurai. Yoha type S. Doesn't that make us 9S? Let's try Samurai. Kabuki Samurai. Yoha type B. Emil can be a Kabuki. No, he can be Samurai. Alright, let's check it out. Let's check it out. This should be interesting. Ooh! This looks cool. This sort of fits the theme of the weapon in a way. Oh, there's a quest here. I'm ignoring it. The loading screen has a pod now? Where? I don't see the loading pod. Alright, let's see the samurai. Oh my god, that is so cute! He's a little samurai. Oh my god! Oh, we can fist bump. Kaine. Oh. Come on. Ooh, Lugaza. Come on, get in combat. Damn, these things get one shot. This lance hits like a truck. I wonder, is the lance one of the better weapons? Ooh, you can't carry anymore. Is the lance one of the better weapons in the game? check out Kaine's samurai costume. Yeah, one thing at a time. I think people wanted to see this one as well. Yeah, it looks similar to 2B. I mean, it looks almost identical, but it's just a little bit different because of the hair. Well, we can't really see her in combat, unfortunately, because she's using ranged attacks. Phoenix Spear is the best spear? Do we have it yet? Fool's Spear. A land's birth as part of a pact with an ancient red dragon. We don't have it. It's in Facade? Do you have to buy it? Ooh, a weapon with the heroic dragon motif used by man who tried to save the world. Shit. You guys look fucking cool. I love it. So I can buy the Phoenix Spear now, okay. What about the best sword? And when do we buy the best two-handed sword? Imagine this group comes up and asks for a spear. I mean, because these guys would know what samurai armor looks like. And what Kaine's wearing would look completely out of place. Because they'll be like, the fuck is she wearing? My god. Let's go buy that spear real quick. Where the fuck is he? Oh, I can't use it? Oh, fuck off. Do I not have the quick travel? Ah. It's better than our previous outfit. Well, it provides more cover. And let's just be fair. 2B's outfit doesn't have a lot of cover. Like, 2B's outfit is it's a fucking French-made uniform. But then again, Kaine was wearing even less. Yeah, I know what costumes she has. It's in the menu. I saw it all. We don't even have quick travel. That's sad. Oh wow, she's actually kicking. Damn. So we actually see Kaine kick. Wow, that's cool. So that was a thing. Wow, that was fun. I feel like picking up the Phoenix Spear, since apparently it's the best spear in the game. But I don't believe we need to upgrade it. Costumes can affect the loading screens? That's cool. That's cool. It's fun because it makes the game feel a little bit different when you're playing a second route or a third route or a fourth route. And what level are we? I mean, we tried that 3 levels early, didn't we? We're level 31, so we tried it 2 levels early. 338,000 gold. Shit. That's a lot of gold. And we still haven't upgraded some of the weapons. Fool's Lament is the best two-handed sword? Is that a fact or an opinion? Fool's... where is it? Fool's Lament. View details. What the fuck? Level 1 attack power 400. But it's very heavy. Let's take a look. Phoenix is 400. Labyrinths. So why is Fool's Lament better? It's slower. Only when upgraded. I mean... Virtuous Treaty has the best physical tap, but no matters when you upgrade it. That's actually quite slow. It feels almost clunky. I haven't actually used this in ages. I didn't even use it much in Automata. Yeah, they're pretty much using it like a massive blade. Now, What about the one-handed? What was I using currently? Oh, this is quick as shit. Look at that. Jesus! That's just cutting. You can add physical strength words to your martial arts to increase attack speed. Ah. This just feels so fast. Jesus, it's like playing NieR Automata. And then when it comes to words, what was our martial art? Oh fuck, we haven't touched this in ages. Jesus. We don't use defend. We don't have a defend. So martial arts. What's this? Evade. Yeah, we don't actually use this. So what do we have? Guard resistance, physical strength. Physical strength 20. I don't know what half of these do. So it's guard resistance and then physical strength. And then what's this? Magic defense 25, MP recovery, magic defense 25, physical defense. Yeah. I never felt the difference of light and heavy. Okay, where's the big one? There might be a difference. I can't really feel it. The difference is so slight that I'll probably end up using this by default. Because it's superior. Because it just lets me dodge and hit twice, dodge, hit twice, dodge and hit twice. The slow one, you sort of struggle to get the hit in. Unless you're like coming down. At which point you can. When in a struggle, it makes a bit difference. Yeah, fair. But I find whenever I'm fighting a boss, dodging their attack and then getting a few hits in and dodging is far more important than trying to get a big hit in. I very rarely use a big one. Very rarely. And even when it was the heavily armored units, I tried spearing them twice with the lance and then using circle when they're on the floor because that does significantly more damage than anything. Yeah, I'm ending it here. It's 3 o'clock. Gotta wrap it up. But it was fun and the armor looks sick. I mean, this looks sick. It's red too. It's different. It makes the theme feel different. So I quite like it. It's quite nice. I'll probably plant a few plants again during the week. Tomorrow we're doing Mass Effect, so good fun on the sun, and Monday, Anime Monday. This was fun. I'm happy we got to see Ending A. It's going to be a little bit of a digestion period mentally, so I'm probably going to have a few questions for next week. I'm really curious to see more of Kaine's point of view and what she was hearing from the Shades in particular. That's going to be interesting. And then once that happens, that ending's going to be interesting, but I think we're going to get an extended ending with Kaine because she goes somewhere after the original credits play. So I'm very curious to see what happens there. And then the real question is going to be what happens with Route C. Is Route C a continuation beyond Route A and B like in Automata, or is it something different? So I'm very, 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 very curious. Very curious. And it's nice because we've done all the side quests, we've got the levels, and we've just finished the challenge mode, hopefully soon next time. And so we'll just be able to blitz through the main storyline. We'll probably be able to smash out the next route in the next stream, honestly, because if all we have to do is kill 5 beasts to get the fragments, that's not a big deal for us anymore. And then we just have to go to the Shadow Lord's castle. Like, easily done. Easily done. As long as the boat's working. So, it's gonna be fun. And progress-wise, quest-wise, what does it show us quest-wise? Yeah, 87. Like, 87. We are blitzing it. As long as we don't repeat quests, we'll be blitzing it. Alright, thanks for coming, guys. It was a blast. I'm gonna see you all tomorrow with Mass Effect. It's gonna be fun, and then I'll see you all on Anime Monday. I think next week we're gonna be playing Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, because we want to smash that out over the weekend. So I'll see you guys then. Till then, NicoB out. Bye.
Vice! You dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry! Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace! How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadow Lord, I love you, Shadow Lord! Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadow Lord! Now